Assalamu alaikum viewers. This is your host Sayyid Abid Hussaini for personal and professional development. As you know that we have already chucked out many series of videos. We are giving you the details related to financial freedom. We are giving you the details related to leadership traits. So today the video is related to leadership skills. And if you remember, we have covered the 12 traits. Briefly, we touched upon that there are 12 traits of being the best leader. Whichever capacity you are, not necessarily you have to be a president of the country or chief of the any particular society or community. Whichever role you are, you have to take care of these 12 traits. So we have already covered that a leader is supposed to be a good communicator. The next one is trustworthiness, and this one is something which is close to my heart. And before I explain this one, it reminds me an incident. Once upon a time, a father with his daughter, a 5 or 6 years old daughter, they were going and passing through a jungle, a wood, a place after the desert. There was a kind of jungle. And when they were passing through the jungle, they noticed that all of a sudden there is a small river, a kind of river, and which is having a bridge, wooden bridge, and that bridge was not strong enough because it was a jungle, so it was not a concrete bridge, but it was wooden and very weak kind of bridge. So, but they had to pass and they had to cross that river. So father asked her daughter that, okay, please hold my finger, okay, and let's cross the river. And you know what daughter replied? Daughter said, Baba, I'm not going to hold your finger or hand. Instead, you hold my hand. And father was surprised. Why? And he wanted to know that why she is not holding his arm, his hand, and rather she is telling him to hold her hand. So the daughter replied. Daughter said that, Baba, once we will be crossing this weak bridge, I am afraid that we may not be able to cross this properly. We may fall into the water. If I will hold your hand, I am afraid that I might not be able to keep holding your hand. But if you will hold my hand, I am dead sure that no matter what, whether we encounter that situation that we fell into the river or not, whether the river is very aggressive, very deep, I know that I have a confidence that my Baba means you will not leave my hand. So please, you hold my hand. Wow, that was the daughter's replied. And this is what I could give you an example of trust. And this display in this small story, the daughter is trusting her father. No matter what, she is believing in her father that my father will hold her hand. Even if the father will die, he is not going to give away his daughter's hand. And this is called unconditional love, and this is called the trust in two relations, the relation of father and daughter. And that is built upon the trust, and the trust which a daughter can have on the father, or the son can have on the father, or the wife can have on the husband. This is kind of trustworthiness which a leader is supposed to achieve, that level. So then only he or she can call that I am the best leader. And that is what is, we call it, trustworthiness in leadership. And in order to achieve the leadership of that quality where your followers are believing in you, is requiring a lot of effort. A few of the tips I want to give it to you. The one thing is that remember, that kind of leader who build the trust and trustworthiness between them and the followers, one of the habit they maintain is that they always do what they say they will do to their followers. It means they never lie, they never bluff, and they never cheat, no matter what. This is one of the trait. This is one of the habit, and this is one of the nature of the best quality leader. They always do whatever they promise, whatever circumstances they promise. If they said sometimes long back that they will do, they don't go against their word. It means the best quality leader is man of his or her words. The second thing is that whenever they take decision, they have been always transparent. They always been judicial. They always been transparent. They never take sides. They never go wrong. They take the decision on the basis of reality. They listen to the both 3-4 parties, and then they take the decision to the best of their ability and knowledge. The other important thing is that, which nowadays we see that the leaders are missing, and this is the reason the leaders are not the good leaders. The other and last important thing is that they listen. They listen to their followers, and this is the quality which anybody can achieve. It's not something rocket science. The idea behind emphasizing on the listening is that you have to pay respect to your followers. You have to pay respect to your team members. You have to give chance for them to explain their point of view. We see around that this is what is missing nowadays. The leaders are taking decisions of their own. They don't listen. And if they listen to one side of the story, one side of the problem. So, my dear, the second trait of the best leader is that trustworthiness. The first one was a leader was supposed to be a good communicator, and in today's video we have covered that a good leader is supposed to be trustworthy of that level, as we see that children are believing in father. The father is believing in their children. So that kind of trust you can develop with your followers, whichever capacity you are. Even if you are a head of family, even if you are a elder brother in any family, or you are in your social group, you are one of the group member of any of your community activities. The idea is that you have to develop the trustworthiness. And how the trustworthiness comes in? It comes in once you listen to the people. Once you do always whenever you promise to them. So these are a few things, ladies and gentlemen, which I just wanted to bring it to your knowledge. So please wait for our next video, which is going to be the third trait of a good leader. Remember, in today's world, in current scenario, we are missing on the good leaders. Good leaders, we have all the opportunities around us, whichever capacity you are. If you are a student, if you are a teacher, if you are an employer, if you are an employee, you all could be a best example for others. Always try to be a good communicator, so you should be able to express yourself, and try to create the trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is the trait, is the characteristic which people are really looking, and they try to find this characteristic into their leaders. It is simple. You have to be transparent. You have to do what you are promising that you will do, and you have to develop the ability to listen to your followers. With this, ladies and gentlemen, keep watching, keep sharing, and keep liking our channel, HB Academy, for your personal and professional development. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.